Nicki Minaj and SZA throw blows at each other on Twitter. OMG, WTF. I need y'all to get in here. I am going to break it down, but I really need you guys to pay attention because this one right here, all of it is layered. And I really need you to get to the end of the video so that you understand it all. Because I'm not just going to go through the big drama that's on Twitter. I'm going to go through the root of this issue. So what happened today? So we're going to go through Nicki's tweets as always. Now, if you're a Bob who really be on Twitter or you kind of be like within like the music industry circle and stuff like that, you may know of Punch TDE. Punch is SZA's former manager, and he is the president at TDE, which is the record label that SZA is currently signed to. Pay attention. And make sure, guys, please sit back, relax, and like the video, okay? Thank you so much. Make sure that y'all got notifications on so y'all never miss when I go live, when I upload. I keep telling y'all it's a lot of stuff going on. All right, let's keep going. So, she was responding to fans and going at fans and stuff like that. And I'm not even going to get into that. But skip over to things. So she says, LOL. Y'all remember that man from TDE who kept bullying me on Twitter for no reason? We have the receipts. LOL. I never even responded to him. What was his name again, y'all? I'm going to give him a nickname. I'm going to call him minus 30 million from now on. Hashtag justice for Demaray. So let's pause right here and we're going to check out who Punch is. So once again, Punch is an executive, a music executive that is at TDE, Kendrick Lamar, SZA, Absol, Isaiah Rashad, all of those people, right? If you know the history, you do know that Punch, he does tend to tweet a lot about things that happen in the industry, but he doesn't really say any name. There were times that like he said, so right here, look, he says, let's further the conversation. Hip hop is always in need of unity. One of the beautiful things about hip hop is the diversity and uniqueness. So I'm not going to read that, but that just goes to show you that he tweets about hip hop, the current state of the genre, the industry, and whatever, right? And so sometimes he has tweeted about things that could allude to Nicki Minaj or making you think that he is talking about Nicki. To me, I haven't seen him tweet anything in a while, and I can't really bring anything up. But it has happened several times over the years, and when it does happen, you know how the Barbs are. They get on him and they make a big deal about it. However, Nicki has never said anything herself until today. So when I came to his page, I'm like, what is going on? Because we got to get through. She said several things in her tweet that I'm going to dissect. But come on his page, right? July 14th. It is July 15th right now. Yesterday, he posted up, "This is so hard. I love a good juxtaposition, the flow and the cadence, the tone, the contrast, and the words in the best possible way." But look at what he tweeted 5 hours ago. At the time of this recording, he said, "Broken Barbies." So once again, you would think that if you didn't have any context, like I didn't have any context the first time I saw it, Broken Barbies, Nicki Minaj, that's her brand or whatever, broken, that has a negative connotation, right? So I don't know if that's really what set Nicki off. But while Nicki was tweeting, I came on his page to do my research, so I could come and talk to you guys. And I see here that he's tweeting like this is a visual for whatever Broken Barbies is. And so hashtag respect the art form. That's his smaller company, that like his management company. Once again, he used to manage SZA or whatever. So it seems like he has managed, he has taken on a new artist. We don't know what label this person is signed to, but whatever they got going on is called Broken Barbies. Let's listen to it a little bit.
Had no money for no Ken, so I made my Barbies fuck, taking lines between us, playing around.
Okay, so this is a girl who was tweeting about this. Her name is Lyric, maybe I Am Lyric or whatever. So she's signed to, Respect the Art Form, which is once again, that is TDE's not TDE's, Punch's smaller company. I don't think it's within TDE. I think that's his own outside company, management company, whatever you want to call it. Okay, more on that another day. But this is clearly an artist he just signed. And how did I find this out? Because I was just scrolling on his page and then I saw this, right? Like, okay, so what I did was I went under his tweet. And then I found this tweet right here. And it quotes the girl who's promoting her new song, Broken Barbies. And it says, "I'm hearing that I Am Punch signed her. He made a great choice because I can definitely see her going places." So clearly, once again, as I said, Punch just signed her and this is how I find out. So Punch responds to this with the praying hands as in thank you or respect or whatever. So now let's go back to what Nicki Minaj said, because this could be why she's going off, but maybe she doesn't understand or, didn't really take the, time to understand or whatever. So anyway, once again, he says, the man who kept bullying me on Twitter, we have the receipts. I never even responded to him, whatever, right? So then she says, I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna give him a nickname. I'm gonna call him minus 30 million from now on. Now you may be thinking, what does that mean? Minus 30 million, girl, I'm over here confused. He tweeted about Nicki back in the day. It's really small. He says, I'm feeling myself video. Hey yo, Isaiah Rashad was good. Nicki voice getting at Miley at the awards. Wait, who are the current superstars in rap post Kendrick, Nicki, Drake, and Cole? That's really nothing negative that he said. He said right here, Nicki projected to do 225 first week. Yikes! So this is back in 2012, right? So maybe you could take that as shade or whatever. But yeah. So anyway, let's go on to why is she saying call him minus 30 million? So a post came out the other day, and this page right here, it says rappers with the most monthly listeners on Spotify at the end of March. Kendrick Lamar at 100.6 million monthly listeners. Let me know if you believe that. And so here, let's pay attention to Doechii. We got to pay attention to the TDE artist. Doechii is at 60.3 million monthly listeners on Spotify back in March. Let me tell you something. I never really believed that because Doechii ain't even put out her first album yet. She hasn't even gone on a world tour. Like, it's just really hard to believe these numbers. And the allegations about using bots and stuff like that. But that was March, right? Now it's July. Now look at Doechii's monthly listeners right now, 33.3 million. So it's been cut down by about 30 million, right? So that's why Nicki is saying minus 30 million. Right now, there were also like allegations about TDE artists using bots, especially during Kendrick Lamar stuff, whatever. And so this Ice Spice fan page, they say Ice got dragged for losing 30 million monthly listeners in 1 year just for Doechii to do the same in 3 months. Oh my God, that is such a drag. So as you can see, people are definitely highlighting this. And I do think that this should be highlighted because what are you guys doing over there? Even if it is organic, why is somebody dropping 30 millions in a couple of months? Anyway, going back to dissecting Nicki's tweet, that is potentially what she could be referring to and talking about. So let's go back. We're going to go back because Nicki, of course, wasn't done tweeting there. Once again, we ain't even get to SZA yet. So did you like the video yet? Let me take you through. So once again, we're talking about the greater war within the industry that really popped off last year between Nicki and the Young Money crew and all of stuff like that. So let's keep on going. Let's keep going. Okay, so then Nicki posts him up saying, me after I suck some good zick. Guarantee you wouldn't fight a man. We have every tweet of your incessant bullying, lying, and more. Your name was added to that list, shitty drawers. Same thing I made you make you laugh, make you shit. LOL. So this is him. She posts up a picture of him. Then she makes this up. TDE stands for Tiny D Executive Man. What do y'all think about that? Okay. Then she tweets and she says, y'all remember when Doodoo on the beats was feeling his doodoo? Now he's shitting in it. Justice for Demaray. So I'm not really sure what this refers to because Doodoo on the beats, I thought that referred to Megan Thee Stallion's producer. What's his name? I forgot. Julian or whatever. And while Nicki was doing Bigfoot and Hiss and stuff like that, but that he doesn't really have anything to do with SZA. So I'm a little bit confused. MTM, she says once again, minus 30 million with the Chucky meme. So let's keep going. So she says, so glad I have proof of being bullied and by being lied on by a man publicly on a platform I used for my job after I rejected his business proposition on more than one occasion. He failed to disclose to the public that I had rejected his business propositions and thereby acted in what appears to be retaliation, purposely used to cause financial damages and to engage in a smear campaign against the brand. So you guys tell me what, because I have no shade, but it's just like, okay, Nicki, like she putting together a lawsuit on the timeline because she's using legal terminology that you're going to see in lawsuit paperwork as to her reasoning as to going in on him or whatever. However, it's like, okay, he's definitely tweeted some things here and there, but I'm not sure. I don't really feel like it goes to defamation and financial damages and stuff like that, like a smear campaign. I'm not sure, like, once again, let's keep going. So then she retweets like positive stats about her and stuff like that. bear with me. We about to get to SZA. We about to get to SZA. So the projection is loud today. So then she said, what's effed up is that the pawns always go outside broken curse. Most of them never even knowing they were pawns. Hashtag deposition Perez, because Desiree Perez should have been disposed yesterday, I believe, for Megan Thee Stallion's lawsuit against her cameraman. Who knows if that happened? So then here comes SZA. So then, but mind you, Punch the dude hasn't responded to Nicki at all, and I definitely don't think he will. But SZA tweeted randomly, along like while like Nicki was on Twitter, and she said, Mercury retrograde, don't take the bait, LOL silly goose. So then Nicki responds, y'all, and then she says, go draw your freckles back on Buki. Hashtag justice for Demaray. Hashtag deposition Perez. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Sounding like a fucking dead dog. OMG. So then SZA comes back and responds to Nicki saying, I don't give a F about none of that weird you popping. Okay. Oh my God. 54,000 likes. Oh my God. So then, I think Nicki responded to her again. Yeah, she said B looking and sounding like she got stung by a effing bee. Dot 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 draws on my fake freckles. So Nicki basically saying she can't sing and she got fake freckles and stuff like that. So she sounded like a dead dog. So let's know. So now, of course, like the fans are up in arms and stuff like that. And SZA continues to tweet. And one thing I do have to say, SZA, is that you should have kept it on Nicki, because SZA was continuing to respond, but she wasn't really responding to Nicki. She was responding to the fans all up in her comments. So let's go and see everything that SZA said. You really don't want to start this, girl. If you was crying before, you really gonna cry now when the barbs get at you. So then SZA responded saying, I get bullied by millions online every day, then step my ass out on a packed stadium tour where people show me real love in real life. My parents are healthy and I'm the most successful I've ever been. Get some effing perspective and bark at the wall. Woo! So then a Barb says, have you lost your effing mind? Like, actually. She says, absolutely. You ain't heard the album that went number 1 13 weeks? That should have let you know I'm out my effing mind. So then another Barb says, you didn't eat this. Nicki richer than you, prettier than you, and more successful than you. Watch your mouth, you mutt. And then SZA says, calling a black woman a mutt to defend another black woman is so cooked. Open the schools. So then someone else says, baby, you inserted yourself in some that didn't involve you. You are not the victim. So then SZA responds saying, I wasn't even talking about or to anyone. I had just got off stage talking about retrograde. Niggas added me. Yes, I'm mad. Now, do you need that? Y'all, explain to me what do you need that means? Because I keep seeing people say it on Twitter when they argue with people, but I don't understand what it means. So then, okay, so then let's see what else is responded to. Let's go to her replies. Do you need that? Somebody send me that. Like, what that mean? So then somebody says, so she said, this added me, girl, you want a joint tour, do that solo. I want to see something. So this is a response with a screenshot saying her solo tour, since they asked for it, her last solo tour, the SOS tour, grossed 100 million. And it said SZA joined Tina Turner, Beyonce, and Rihanna as the only black woman to achieve the milestone with the tour. SZA post that and says, what the F you want to see? Let me know. So then SZA followed up saying, LMAO, let me go back to being calm, shy, and meek. Y'all have a blessed night. See you tomorrow for night 2 of Paris. So I guess that's where her and Kendrick Lamar are right now for their tour. Y'all know I really don't keep up with them. I don't really like SZA like that. And the verdict is still out, so do let me know what you guys think. Oh, SZA, she did follow up. So when she said, I wasn't even talking about or to anyone, I had just logged off. Oh my God, got off stage talking about retrograde. Niggas added me yes, I'm mad. So who was at they Paris show night 1? Was SZA talking about retrograde up there? Now SZA do on, and I'm talking about on the stage. Was she talking about a retrograde on the stage? Sometimes SZA do be tweeting random stuff and stuff like that. So I'm not really quite sure, like what if she was tweeting about that. Like, it could be random, but at the same time, like SZA was saying, like, don't take the bait. And so I understand how SZA would have probably came out to swing for her team, TDE and stuff like that, Punch or whatever, because once again, like, that is her team. And we do see Nicki do the same thing for for her team, right? Young Money. She comes out swinging for Wayne anytime she feels like that and stuff like that. So it's just like, she says, don't take the bait, LOL silly goose. I don't know. So she's saying that she wasn't really talking about anybody. Some people believe her, some people don't. I don't know. I do kind of feel like, she was talking about the situation because of her saying don't take the bait, LOL silly goose, because like people say that Nicki gets baited all the time to like get into beef and respond to stuff, and you could see that the same way if you feel like Nicki's tweeting about your team trying to get a response or whatever. And they're not about to take the bait, because if he did take the bait, if Punch did respond to Nicki, it would have been, oh, coming at a woman, like on what's it called? Like you shouldn't be going at a woman and stuff like that. So you guys let me know what you guys think about that. I don't know. I'm not really on nobody's side for real, because at the end of the day, I know that Nicki would have did the same thing. She would have swung for her team for real. And that's the chance that you take when you decide to do or say something right on behalf of your team, is that somebody could potentially respond to you, and Nicki chose to respond to her. So it's like, I don't know. But here's another thing, is that what about Doechii? What about Doechii? Because some people did feel like Nicki was coming at Doechii when she talked about, I'm gonna make up a new name for him and call him Mr. 30 million, because that's how her monthly listeners had dropped. They had dropped more than 30 million. So do you feel like Nicki was shading Doechii, or was she just really keeping it on Punch? Punch is not necessarily Doechii's manager, but Punch still does work for TDE, where Doechii is signed and stuff like that. So I'm not really sure. Do you think that Nicki is mad over Doechii unfollowing her during the week where her and Megan were going back and forth for his? I don't really know. It's a lot of questions up in the air right now. At this point, Nicki has gone off of Twitter. She has not responded. She is not tweeting at all at SZA and stuff like that, after she, talked about her not being able to sing and her fake freckles and stuff like that. So yeah, I just really wanted to give you guys a quick rundown, but I really appreciate you listening. I hope that all of the stands are really able to, stay out of their feelings, because it's a lot going on. It's an industry war right now. And of course, I feel like things could be definitely avoided and solved in different ways, but we have to see how this plays out for real, for real. Let's see if Nicki goes live. I mean, I definitely think that she will say something around or about this the next time she talks. So let me know how you guys feel. Please like the video and subscribe. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. Remember that this video is available to listen to on Patreon for free, okay? Ad free, no ads. I'll see you there. Peace.
With somebody say fuck. It's your girl Vina Love, the Harlem Princess, your favorite princess, and this is Destiny Below.
Period.